Often while going to work or coming back from it, we see these faces popping out from behind the buildings and trees. They're either staring at us or are busy among themselves. These images are of normal human beings who affect our lives somehow or the other and have made themselves important. So they are frozen into a photograph and blown up in these cutouts, which seem to be vying for our attention. These lifeless creatures have their own creator, the cutout artist, the image behind the image.
I cleared my SSC exams in 1972 and joined the workshop. I had a knack for painting and was more interested in it than in my academics. Over the years, my skills got honed and I am immensely grateful to my mentors for this. I am still in the process of learning, irrespective of the amount of work I have done till now. It is a teamwork and there are around 8 to 10 members in the team. There is no count of hours of work that we put in. Sometimes we have to race against time and finish the work in 2 to 3 days. We are basically concerned with figures, and the ones cut out from plywood sheets are called the cutouts. The whole process of the cutout making begins 7 to 15 days prior to the release of the film. When the distributor comes and gives the publicity posters, he selects the visuals from the posters of which the cutouts are to be made. Then the dimensions and proportions of the cutouts and the characters on it are decided. Followed by this, the distributor's approval is taken. The photographs of the selected characters are traced out from the posters and a rough cutout is prepared by composing them on a sheet of paper with their dimensions written beside. After this, sketching of the selected visuals on the given posters are done. The sketched posters are then placed in the projection system and their images are projected on separate whiteboards. This whole process is carried out at night as darkness is essential for it. Now the boards are spread out and the complete outline of the cutout is marked on it. The boards are then cut out according to the contours drawn on them. Then begins the work of coloring. We add turpentine oil or zinc oxide to the color powder. Hard brushes are used as the surface is rough. Soft brushes are meant for details only. We start off coloring with the female characters as they are fairer than their male counterparts. The first coat of coloring is done cursorily. We work on some details like the eyes and lips in the successive coatings. While putting up the cleanup coat, everybody works on the different sections of the cutout. Some deal with the backgrounds, while others color the incomplete areas. Talent, judgment and drawing are some characteristic traits which I think are necessary for this trade. I really enjoyed making the cutout of Mughal-e-Azam, which had a mammoth size of 20 feet by 40 feet. The biggest one ever made by me was 20 feet by 60 feet of Chiranjeevi in a Telugu movie. The content of the film matters most, and if the photographs are nicely composed, making cutouts becomes great fun.
The artist in Ramesh is concomitant with another facet of his character, that of a responsible family man.
Me and my wife Asha have been blessed with 3 sons, and all of them are in school. I think education holds an important place in our lives, so I'll forever be giving priority to it as far as my children are concerned. I'll never impose any particular career on my kids, but I sure would feel happy if one of them becomes a musician. Our native place is Gujarat and we miss it a bit here, but sometimes we have to compromise and carry on with our lives. We pay great attention to the subjects for the coloring purpose. For romantic situations, we use pink, red for action. The movies of the past had devoted actors and the content were realistic. Whether it be a hero or the villain, a comedian or any other character, they are all the same for us. We shift our attention according to the importance of the subject. I have no interest in politics as such, though I also draw the personalities like Indira, Rajiv and others for various political rallies. The mundane rut seldom permits any aberrations. I earn around 3,500 to 4,000 rupees, but that too only when the movies are released. Otherwise, we don't have any work nor any salary. My family is entirely dependent on the studio. I am either drawing portraits in my free moments or listening to music. Noor Jahan and K.L. Sehgal are my favorites. I also go to the movies, but sometimes return empty-handed as the house is full. Ironically, my cutouts there are of some compensation. The demand for our work is going down as the computer printing is taking over the market. Our work is probably going to breathe for another 10-15 years. We are also looked down upon by the commercial artists as they have the knowledge of computers and an edge over us with their education in the basics. We are stamped as Munda painters, the painters of big faces. We too are capable of good work. We are hardworking. We too have the knowledge of color scheme as they do. The difference is marginal. I think we deserve a better treatment. The product is now almost complete. We will join all the boards and give the final touch to prevent any visual jump, keeping the publicity posters as our reference. My greatest consolation is the signature of mine at the bottom of the cutout, which fills me with momentary pride and pleasure. The final product is then shouldered on bicycles to their respective destinations.
Extinction is a disease which is eating away the species. Let it not eat away the art and its images.